Every firm is talking about digitalization, and research shows that 70% of digital deployments fail. This interesting finding makes us dig deeper on possible reasons for this failure. Are organizations really ready for digitalization?
So, if we have to reap a full harvest for digitization, a prerequisite to it would be to lean out the process, make it more efficient, embark on a process improvement journey. When I talk of process improvements, it is about improving the whole ecosystem of an organization. So, if you see an organization as an architecture, we can see different layers in that, which are all interdependent. For example, there is a people layer, then we have process layer, and then we have a technology layer. Organizations need to realize that all of these process improvements are done only to make people's life easier in organization. And when I mean people, it's not just employees. It could be our customers, it could be our partners, it could be our suppliers. All of them are people. On this people layer sits the process layer. Now, the processes which we actually design is where we have the practices like Lean and Six Sigma to help.
Lean is about reducing the non-value adding activities in the process of increasing productivity. It is a bottom-up approach where it starts with the frontline employees and enables an organization-wide participation. On the other hand, Six Sigma is a statistical approach that reduces the number of errors or defects to seek perfection. It is typically top-down and larger in scale.
So, both Lean and Six Sigma blended with agile methods bring that wonderful combination of taking feedback from the beneficiaries. This is the framework which we proposed as Lean Additives Programme in an organization that we executed it.
In this study, the team worked for a global bank for deriving both operational and strategic benefits. The Indian office was set up in 2000 as an offshoring center for the bank's accounting functions. The global management decided to embark upon a continuous process improvement journey with an agenda to create the India office as a value-added partner. The research team decided to use a design science approach to design and deploy a process improvement program using lean additives.
Design science is a research methodology which actually tries to make interventions with the field problems. So, we take a specific problem which is happening in the field and try to solve that problem and then try to create knowledge which could be generalized in order to solve similar problems of similar nature.
The process started with interviewing over 100 people from different levels to understand the system better and identify problems across processes.
The transactional shop has a lot of variation, lot of defects, lot of customer complaints, lot of quality issues. The top management had an issue that the processes that are embedded within the organizational setup are all happening in a different way. So, they want to bring, channelize and streamline all these processes to a common direction. So, employees also had challenges, and these are organizational systemic challenges. The employees also said that we have interest, but we don't have skills. Employees were talking on one side about the systemic problems, and on the other side, the management was looking at how can I take my organization to the next level.
A pilot was launched with 2 departments. 10 people from each department were trained to follow a specific 4D methodology, and they identified 18 specific projects to work on.
Now, these 18 projects delivered a save of about $0.9 million to the organization. And when top management was happy about this quick win, but we got a buy-in from 4 other departments this time to execute the second cohort of our Lean Additives program.
And subsequently, the program was adopted at a global level. In 3 years, 147 staff were trained, 102 projects were successfully completed, and the study evidenced tangible benefits of $3.36 million annually.
Process improvement is a strategic resource. It delivers beyond efficiency. So, what is more important is not the practice itself, but our cognition to select a right practice for a right problem. Now, these 100 people can be redeployed in solving the future problems of the organization as well. Now, this will lead to a multiplier effect in the future, where each of these people now become mentors for the new people in the organization to learn these techniques. So, this whole practice of process improvement has to be looked at as a strategic resource, not just about solving operational problems, but also strategically to bring a cultural change. Second, there is a lot more of people aspects in process improvements. So, the second key takeaway is to position the process improvement program as an employee friendly program in the organization, where employees come, participate, ideate, employees get empowered to execute the projects, where they get actual learning, hands-on learning of improving, and they get branded as change agents.
For example, both 3M and Home Depot abandoned their Six Sigma programs due to their negative impact on their employee and customer satisfaction. Such a one-size-fits-all approach clearly doesn't work. Every practice is unique with specific advantages and shortcomings. Now, circling back to our initial question. Many organizations fail in process improvement, and one likely reason for these failures is the lack of approaching process improvement from a holistic view.
If you ask me a question saying, can you replicate Lean Additives program to that organization? Probably yes, but it requires customizations according to the organizational context, the problems that we are trying to solve in the organization.
Process improvement is not a one-time activity. It needs continuous effort. Big or small, no organization reaches saturation on their improvement journey.
Because where there is a process, there is a room for process improvement. And in my opinion, it's a prerequisite for the digitization in the current fast evolving era for business growth.